Yes, yes, yes. Mr. Raphael Dawkins with the Combat Radio. And we are live. Okay, so let's get into this thing. Uh-oh, where's my scroller? Where is my scroller? Okay. Uh-oh, so let's get into it. Okay, so that was the impromptu sound check. Wasn't ready for that. Let's try that. Let's kill the music and try that again. Let's see how it sounds. Let's try that. Let's kill the music and try that. Actually, it sounds very, very respectable. So we're gonna go with that. Okay. So what's happening? What are we starting with? What's on the menu? Well, first things first. Let's get the scroller up. So as people populate the area, I'll see exactly what's on the menu. So let's do that now as we speak. Boom, boom. Not quite the third boom. Hold on. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Let's get it right. Okay, okay, okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so that looks good. Now let's show that. Let's save that and show that. Okay, so you are in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie 284. I've gotten that written in twice. Who knows why? I'll sort that out right now, actually. Let's edit that. Let's get that correct. You don't need no mistakes. Boom. How's it look now? Let's share that. Show that. Okay. The Trilogy. Boxing Talk with Raphie 284. Birds are going nuts. What's going on? We're looking at Fury Wilder 3. We're looking at Joe Joyce. We're looking at Dillian White. We're looking at Povetkin, who has just retired. I don't think we've mentioned that. So I thought you said nobody. Don ZB says, I thought you said nobody wants to see this fight. When did I say that? I didn't say nobody. Of course people are going to watch it. You're going to watch it. I know the LDBC are going to be watching it. Going to be watching it through, you're going to be watching it through your fingers, though. Admit it, Don ZB. You're going to be watching the Fury Wilder trilogy through your fingers, mate. Hey? You're going to be in bits. You're going to be biting your fingernails down to the quick. You know that. So, of course, people are going to watch it, you know. I said people would watch it. You know, a lot of people are going to stream that shizzle as well, you know. So let's do the introduction. Let's do the register. First things first, let's do the register and then get into this shiznix. The John Daly up in here. The Cal L up in here. The James Jameson. It's the Raphael Activate Warp Drive. It's the Iron Kong, fresh off the cobbles, and I find that the warp drive is not being engaged. Well, what the hell's going on? Okay, some interference with the bell there. I don't know what's going on with that. Well, it takes warp drive. It takes warp drive, a little bit of time to activate, you know? A little bit of time to activate. You got to work with the technology, you know? Got to get them turbines going. Okay, what's going on here? What's this? I'm here in the chat, but I have my headphones on. I have my headphones on and my goggles. Got the headphones and the shades on. Okay, took me a couple seconds to get with that. But how rude of me. Let me drop the link in the chat so people can come on in. Okay. You undercover. Raphie's just changing out of his jodhpurs and riding boots. Indeed, absolutely more. It's a fine riding day. But I was riding the bike. It's the bike today, though. Okay, so who we got? We got NC up in the building. Good afternoon, good evening to you. How very nice of you to join us, Raphie. Oh yes, it's that time of the evening where Raphie reclines with a nice Beaujolais and talk to everybody. Talk to the Raphael Dawkins Combat Nation and beyond. Okay. This fight already has way more buzz than AJ versus Fury ever had. Way more buzz than AJ versus. You're off your head. You are off your rocker. Where are we at? James Jameson saying, I won't buy that crap. You see, Don ZB, you have to realize people ain't gonna buy it. Over in the USA, maybe, but over here. By the way, Wilder looked like he was ready to swing if Fury tried any funny business, and Fury looked like he knew. Oh, really? Well, why wasn't Wilder ready to swing when they were fighting in the second fight? Why wasn't he ready to swing then? What happened then? Oh, sorry, I forgot. It was his water got spiked. This got spiked. That got spiked. Yeah. So no wonder he wasn't full of holes. Okay. So. Why shouldn't I believe the promoter? Oh, Lord. Oh, please, Don ZB, that's very naive of you. Come on, Don. That's very, very naive of you. Oh dear, the statement was the buzz. This is already selling like hot cakes. You taking the word of the salamander, Bob the salamander? You must be out of your damn mind. I won't die that money. The money is reserved for undisputed. 100%. That money is reserved for undisputed, Don Zabi. That's undisputed money. That's undisputed money. Don Zabi says, well, why didn't Wilder swing in the fight? Okay, you got that one. Well, he swung but missed. Yeah, he's hella missed. Yeah, he swung. Hey, it's all the same thing at the end of the day. Okay, so how do I begin this shiznix? Well, let me stop sharing that and start sharing this. Let's have a look what's on the menu. Let's see. Where do I begin? Boom. Okay, I get some increased visibility on that. Where we at? Okay, I think there's only one place where we can start. Well, there's a couple of places. And I think I know the most suitable and fitting place to start with this shiznix. And of course, it's on Twitter. Let me go into my profile. Hold on. Let me share this for a start. Hold on. Let's stop sharing that and start sharing this. Oh yeah. Boom. Okay. First and foremost, hello and welcome, one and all. You are in tune to Boxing Talk with Raphie 284. And what's going on? Likes your post. Oh, somebody likes my post in that particular place. Okay. Much appreciation to you, madam. Okay, so let's have a look here. Let's see where we're going to start with this thing. Let me go to my likes. And first things first. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Okay. I don't think I've mentioned this, and I don't know if most of you know this. Actually, let's go into Michael Hunter's post. Okay. Michael Hunter writes, great sharing the ring with the champ. Happy retirement to Povetkin. And of course, I had to retweet that. Trying to let the Michael Hunter know that we're talking about it, thinking who's gonna fight, who's not gonna fight. But at the moment, we have to give a salute. I think a salute is due to Povetkin. He's one of the old guard. He's one of the old guard who would fight any day. Unlike some of the new cats around today. Seems like the game done change. John D. Lee up in the building. How do you do?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Raphie.
That's
good. Enjoying the last of the sunshine.
The last? Did you say the last?
Well, it's supposed to start to rain about 1 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, I can see the mood. I can see the mood outside change. I don't think it's going to be the last. I think it's going to be one of them summers
for like a week anyway.
I think it's going to be one of them summers where we get the sun and then we get some thunderstorms, and I'm kind of cool with that. I like it.
It's okay to freshen it up every now and then.
Freshen it up a little bit. Salt the earth, freshen it up. Let's get things moist again. Let's get things moist, and then we move on a few days' time, get the sun back out. I'm cool with it. It's been beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Raphie's knackered every day at the end of the evening. Absolutely knackered. The sun really does sap some of that energy, but it's good. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful, and people, anyway.
I've been spending most of my evenings in the gym, bro.
Evenings in the gym. What about the days? What about the days? You're sleeping working at night?
No, I'm not working. I'm working days.
Okay.
Weights in the morning, work in the day, gymnastics in the evening.
What do you do in the evening?
Gymnastics.
Oh, gymnastics. I missed that word. Yeah, that makes sense now. Gymnastics. That makes sense. But yeah, it's beautiful. There's some beautiful sights out there. I'm sure I don't need to elaborate. Let's leave it at that.
That is one of the best things about the sun.
That is
smile.
That is one of the best things about the sun. It makes everybody smiles, and you see all kinds of smiles out there. So, smiling from ear to ear, up and down.
Well, the ladies are happy.
The ladies are very happy. They're smiling all over.
And then because the ladies are smiling, the men are happy. It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. What's going on here? Thomas McGregor, Raphael, thumbs up to you, Thomas. Respect to Povetkin. I appreciated his style of fighting, good technique. Absolutement.
One of the best exponents of hooks and uppercuts you're probably ever going to see in terms of technique.
Straight up and
timing, ability to close the distance, because it wasn't really ever done on athletic ability. It's all skill.
Mm-hmm. It was all skill, and yeah, he's one of the last. He's one of a dying breed now. We're going to get onto that very, very shortly. OBZ asked the question. He says, "John, can you do the human flag?"
No.
Why not?
I don't train it, Raph.
Okay. Are you interested in doing the human flag?
It's not on the list at the moment. I'm mostly training crucifix, front levers, planches, and tumbling.
Fair enough. Can't do everything in one go. You gotta prioritize. Best thing about the sun equals the what? James, you had to be crude, didn't you? You had to just come out and lay it all out on the table like that, didn't you? You're talking about the ladies walking around downtown in the lycras, in the onesies, and they're smiling from ear to ear. Everywhere you look is a smile. Is that what you're talking about, James?
I thought we'd covered that quite nicely.
I thought we covered that. Well, James had obviously written it, and you inspired him, John. You inspired him. That's what happened.
I like to keep it PG, though, Raphie. You know.
We tried to keep it PG. We tried to keep it PG, and in comes the man like the Iron Kong. The Iron Kong. How do you do to die?
But I call on Raphie, so I hit in the road right now, driving at home. I am seeing some women doing some exercises here in their little leotards, and it's a wonderful sight, really. You know what I'm saying? You know? But yeah, I mean, I cool. Just come talk the little boxing with you and the great John Dealey.
Nice to hear from you, Mr. Kong.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Definitely good to have Kong, John, the Raphie, the people up in the building tonight. Okay, and without much further ado, perverted guidance. What the hell is that? What the hell is that? That's not what it says. That's not the definition of it. Good.
We were describing the happy people.
The happy people
enjoying the sunshine.
Enjoying the sunshine and smiling from ear to ear.
That's it. Everybody's happy.
That's it. Just smiles.
Make people happy.
Everywhere you look, it's a smile.
So it's all about vitamin D.
Yeah, hey, that's why I'm in my shorts, short sleeve order, short trousers order.
Short trousers, short sleeves, and the ladies need to follow suit because they need their vitamin D too.
They need their vitamin D too. They need their vitamin too.
And you know, the ladies appreciate a gentleman in shorts and a t-shirt. Right. I like it too.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'm getting hassled on my bike, John.
I'm not sure I'll describe it as hassle, Raphie, but
you know what? Let's crack on with the show because we could do this all night long. Especially since Raphie's cracked a beer. Raphie was in turmoil. Have I got time for a half an hour nap before the show? Hell no. You know, Raphie to walk up at midnight thinking, oh Lord, I missed the show. So I thought, soldier on, let's do this thing. And it's exactly what we're going to do. Your thoughts on Povetkin, Iron Kong, who has retired.
Y'all hearing me?
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Well, no, happy trails to Alexander Povetkin. Hell of a heavyweight. I think Povetkin is somebody who, you know, even with his controversies, you know, with pets and all of that, Povetkin was probably one of the best of the last generation. And you're slowly seeing that generation leaving the sport now. Yeah. Povetkin, and you'll probably see Kubrat Pulev follow suit soon. So, well, happy trails to him, man. I mean, I think he's done, you know, your man saw.
Okay, we've lost.
Even in the Dillian White. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're back.
Yeah, so I was saying, even in the first Dillian White fight, he didn't look good. He looked shaky, like, you know, he didn't look balanced. And then he looked even worse in the second Dillian White fight.
Oh Lord, yes, he looked even worse.
Happy trails to Povetkin.
Absolutely more. Hold on, who did I just see in the comment section? There he is, the elusive red gloved militant. Povetkin did well. Best for the future, absolutely. The elusive red glove militant is back. He's back. And Khalil says, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe to Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio and hit the bell for notifications. 100 percentile. And for me, yeah, Povetkin, one of the last of the Mohicans. Guy would fight anybody. Not like these cats who we're going to be talking about in a couple of seconds. But hold on a second. Uno momento, mami, slow up your tempo. How does this work? I want to post that in there. Is it posting? Yes, it's posting, and boom. Let me just say, come on in, folks. Come on in. Enjoy the show. And I do this all live. Come on in and enjoy the show. Yeah, one of the last of the Mohicans. We're going to be talking now. We're going to be moving on to a different type, to a different breed. Enjoy the show. Okay, come on in and enjoy the show. Let me do an emoji. Let me do a boxing emoji. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so I've shared that now in one place. I have a few more places to share it. Okay, so let's move on and let me find what we're looking for. Let's bring that down. Hit all the positive buttons, 100%. Positive. Povetkin did well. Best of luck for the future. 100%, 100%, 100%. Okay, so let's stop sharing that. Come out of that, and where we at? Let's have a look. Let's see where we're going. Let's see where we're going next. Okay, so most of you, let me drop that down. Most of you will have seen my video on Deontay Wilder. As a matter of fact, let's go to the press conference, actually. Actually, what are they going to do? Are they going to penalize me for showing any of that? Are they going to penalize me for showing any of that? They penalized me on the last one. Penalized me on the last video because I showed a little bit of Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, well, was that on? Oh, yeah, you're going to get Sky in your case now, aren't you?
Yeah. The slightest little thing. And Sky, they are crazy with it. Show a little bit of a peak, but I'm going to keep it still. Let me keep it still. I'll just use still frames, hopefully. What is this? Is it
I'm going to go here.
Holy hell. Is that the thing? No. Okay, so who saw the thing? Did you see the thing, John?
No, I have no interest in listening to them sell this fight to me.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about that was that Deontay Wilder took a rather unusual approach.
I had heard what he did. I'm aware of what he did.
Yeah.
He had like 2 prepared sentences and glasses and earphones on.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Earphones in. Yeah, earphones in. Glasses on. And he didn't want to engage. He came there and like his whole thing was, listen, I'm just here.
The thing is, I just don't trust anything now. It wouldn't surprise me if it's just all staged and pre-agreed beforehand anyway.
Pre-staged?
Yeah. Like, they're just trying to drum up as much controversy as possible, as far as I can tell. And
carry on.
Last thing I've got to say on this.
Yeah.
I said it last year. I had no problem with the champion being allowed to have a rematch.
Right.
Most of the time, that's happened. And I am critical of people that didn't allow the champion to have a rematch in the past, but historically.
Yeah.
What's annoyed me about this situation is all the lies and deception about other things happening instead of just being honest.
Yeah.
All this dance have led is just taking away any interest I have in it.
I hear that. My interest in it is that hopefully once this is over, hopefully we get closer to undisputed. Anyway, I'm going to go around the table. ERF Boxing's in the building. Gonna come to ERF Boxing in a second, but first things first. As a matter of fact, right? Oh, so Kong's dropped off. ERF Boxing. How do you do?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, Raph. Hay fever's killing me right now. So, you know, the downside of summer.
That's crazy. It's crazy.
I'm taking 2 tablets a day at the moment, Eric.
Yeah, I've had 2. I've just had another one now.
Yeah, it went down, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for tomorrow to get some nasal spray because this is just killing me right now.
Wow, it's madness. It's madness to me how we get blessed with good weather, and as soon as we get blessed with that, there's some people who it turns them into terror. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
The maddest thing for me is I get really bad hay fever here, particularly in my eyes. Like, it gets to the point sometimes where I need to wear pretend glasses just to shield them from the pollen.
yeah.
I go to Greece, not a problem.
Yeah, that is mad because I'm the same abroad. I don't. Well, it's only in the last couple of years I've gotten hay fever. Like when I was younger, I never had it, and then it's the last couple of years I've all of a sudden it's come on. But I've been abroad and I've never had an issue, and it's just it's nightmare.
Why is it bad in the UK?
I have no idea.
Well,
my missus has just gone to bed, and I was like, "I'll let you go to sleep before I come up because I can't breathe."
Yeah,
you're gonna be snoring tonight, Eric.
It's mad.
I notice it comes in waves because I'm not allergic to all pollen; it's only some. So I'll get a wave around March, which I think is tree pollen. Then a couple of months later, I'll get another wave. And then towards the end of the summer, I might get a last one, and then that's it. I'm all right. But I'll get
that's okay for you. Like now, it's
bad, Eric. Honestly, it's like someone's pouring sand in my eyes.
Yeah, so I've got it all summer. That's it. Now it's here. That's it. That'll be me for the whole of summer.
Have you tried? I don't know how easy it is to source round by you, but allegedly eating the local honey is supposed to reduce your susceptibility to hay fever.
I have heard that, but
have you ever tried it?
No, local honey in
I don't know where you live, Eric.
In Yorkshire.
you got a better chance than in Brum. Living in the middle of there's no farm right.
Anyway,
I knew you were from Yorkshire. I wasn't sure which.
It's interesting stuff. Eric's a Yorkshireman via St. Lucia. I got it right. Okay, the memory's good. Salute to the Combat Radio Nation. Eric, Povetkin's just retired. You want to give your thoughts on that before we move on to this Trilogy press conference?
Yeah, it's not a surprise for me. I think it's about the right time for it. You know, you could see signs of it in the Dillian White first fight.
Yeah.
How he got dominated, and then the rematch, he wasn't there. You could see the signs of it. He was on his way out. I think having COVID a couple of times didn't help the situation. Yeah. So yeah, you know what, Povetkin, he was a top contender for a lot of his career. So he's not had a bad career. He held the regular title, if I'm not mistaken, at one point.
No, he did. Yeah, he did regular. Yeah.
So yeah, he's not had a bad career.
Pretty great career. He's only been beaten by 3 people, knocked out.
3 people, yeah.
What was that? Vladimir Klitschko didn't knock him out. He was on.
It's Dillian White and Dillian White and Andre Joshua, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's two young guys coming up. That's late in his career as well.
That's late.
Late in his career, so.
And he knocked out Dillian White anyway, so you know.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. No, you know what? I wish him all the best in retirement. He's had a good career.
Had a good run. He's had a good run. And on to congratulations to him, and on to the press conference. Deontay Wilder came out with his headphones and his eyeglasses, whatever, Polaroids or whatever it is, and he wasn't doing no talking. He just gave his prepared statement, and other than that, no talking. What do you think? What do you make of this thing? What do you make of this thing?
Deontay Wilder looks like me right now without the sunglasses on. That's how I look.
Say that again. Say that again.
That's how I look right now without the sunglasses on, just with Bluetooth headphones on and just chilling. I don't know what he was. I don't know what he was doing. I don't think he helped himself. I think Malik Scott made it even worse for him by opening his mouth. If you're gonna get someone to speak for you, at least get someone who's got more of a brain than you have. Malik Scott, literally, there was Tyson Fury started speaking, and then guy talking about Fury did him in sparring. I was like, oh god. I was like, what? And he was like, why are you talking about sparring? Fury's like, you brought it up. I didn't even bring it up. You brought it up. And that press conference was a nightmare for Wilder. It was a nightmare. I remember his interview before, I think it was with 78. He was like, when I see him, I just want to put, I don't know what, and then you come and you have your sunglasses on and your headphones on, tuning him out. You had all that energy to speak about he cheated, he did this, he did that. And I've noticed Deontay Wilder cannot actually say a sentence without it being a rhyme. He literally sits at home and rehearses rhyme after rhyme after any of his press conferences. Whenever he speaks in rhymes and riddles.
Ali, he's trying to be the great Muhammad Ali. What's so wrong
all
about
he ever does?
The great Ali.
Because he cannot answer a straight question. It's easy for him to remember the rhymes, what to say. If you ask him a straight up question, he knows he's going to get tangled.
Yeah, he speaks, he goes around the houses. He's always done it. It's crazy. That's why I tried to avoid his interviews for a very long time until I started to find it funny. Malik got bamboozled. Yeah, he brought it up. He said he busted my ear. Yeah, you busted my ear. Yeah, you busted my ear. I mean, I think Tyson was trying to lead that way, but he helped him. Wilder was listening to wild whale noises, soothing. The odd fellow. Man like Malik is a weirdo. Listening
he's got some very strange ways of making money. Let's just put it like that.
Yeah, let's leave it there and all. Let's leave it right. OMG. Wilder thinks he's in a movie. Yeah. Your friend here. Hey. Yeah, man, we had a nice little chit chat earlier on. Oh gosh, you can see the link. Jump on in, my friend. Jump on in. You know everybody's welcome over here. You know Raphie welcomes everybody over here.
Just because EJ has a different point of view doesn't mean so we don't enjoy talking to him.
Exactly.
I like EJ.
Yeah. What's there not to like?
I haven't got a problem with EJ. I don't think he's very fond of me personally. I don't have an issue with it.
Forgotten that, Eric.
Yeah, it's water under the bridge. Lisa Bass up in the building. It's because Wilder is a king and can't be bothered with peasants. OMG. I mean, he actually talks some nonsense like that later on. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Well, let me get to the other bit. Where is it? Where am I? It's very bizarre. It was very bizarre. And I'm using stills. So they can't do me. Theoretically. But yeah, Deontay Wilder. For anybody who didn't see it, go check my video on it. The longest stare down. Refused to talk other than his prepared statement, and then they got up to do the face-off, and Fury was up there first. Wilder joined him, and I did a video on it. I believe this may be the longest stare down in history. They were there for like in excess of 5 minutes. Some people say it was 6 minutes. They were just there. They were just there. I think this woman comes and has a word with them. Has a word with them at some point. And yeah, they were still there. They were still there. Facing each other during the stare-off. Hold on a second. What the hell's going on? I'm not even showing the damn thing. Okay, it's a good thing. It's a good thing I came back to see. Yeah, and they were just there. They were there forever. Still there. This is about the 6 minute mark. This woman over here, she's losing the will to live. Look at her. Losing the will to live over here. Still there. Now the entourage are there and enjoying. Tyson Fury's brother, the one with the big lad, the fat lad with the long hair. He was enjoying at who's this guy? James or whatever his name is. Tyson, Deontay Wilder's assistant, and he with this guy here, this brother wants to go at this guy here. Tyson Fury's, Deontay Wilder's assistant. And yeah, about 6 minute 30 second mark. This is the fella I'm talking about. He's enjoying it. This guy here, James, I think his name is. Boom. He wants to have a go. Wants to go. They want to go at it. He wants to go. He wants to have a go with my man here. Okay. And they were saying, yeah, sure thing. 2-time. I don't know if it's going to be a 2-time. And then something quite interesting happened. Something quite interesting happened. Oh, Lord. Hold on a second. I want to get this right. Boom. Deontay Wilder turns around. Let me see if I can do this. Because this particular moment is so precious. So precious. Don't want to lose it. I think this is the moment. Okay, so he's wavering. Fury's just smiling. It's like, listen, we can do this all day, mate. We can do this all day. Oh, there's Tay Jones over there on the side. There's Tay Jones. He said he was going to do all kind. Where's Sugar? Oh, there's Sugar. Oh, what? Where's the promise? Tay Jones said he was going to do some things to Sugar Hill Stewart. Well, there's Tay Jones. There's Tay Jones, and there is Sugar Hill Stewart. Where was that? Didn't you say he was going to do something to him? Didn't you say he was going to do something? Tay's over there. Look, he's right there. He's right there, Tay. You ain't doing nothing. What's going on? OMG. Deontay Wilder puts his shades on. And what happens next? Lordy. Turns and walks away after 6 minutes. What the hell was that all about? Turns and walks away after 6 minutes. What the hell was that all about? Or why all the pre-shenanigans, whatever is whatever. Was that a defeat? ERF Boxing, was that a defeat to Deontay Wilder? Does he have to hold another L there?
I think the defeat came way before the stare off. The defeat came a long time before the stare off, to be honest with you. So yeah, I don't know. Then you're standing there for 5-6 minutes. I think the first person that walks away, it's irrelevant, to be honest with you. They were stood there like 5.5 minutes, way too long, in my opinion.
Yeah. Just get the hell out of here.
Yeah, you didn't say anything. You didn't speak in the press conference. So what is the need to stand there for 6 minutes staring at the guy? You refused to speak to him or acknowledge he was even there. So why stand there for 6 minutes? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Fury thinks it's a win, just like the sauna thing with Vladimir Klitschko. Big Klit. Who kept repeating 2-time? That was, I think that was either James or this little guy, Tay Jones. Either James or Tay. John Daly. The 6 minutes there.
I'm suspicious that he's pre-agreed. I just don't trust anything that I see here. To be honest, I'm more annoyed at Fury at the moment. So I just they're trying to sell me something I don't want to buy.
Yeah.
I haven't got a problem with the champion being allowed to try and regain his title.
Yeah. True.
On this. I don't have an issue with this fight, to be honest with you. I really don't have an issue with this fight. I don't have an issue with Wilder pushing for this fight. My issue is with Tyson Fury, Bob Arum, and Frank Warren saying to people they wanted the Joshua fight, knowing full well it couldn't happen.
It's the announcing it on social media, but not signing the paperwork the day before.
Yeah,
it's just
like I said. I've said this to you, Raphie, before. The whole reason for this was they was hoping at the end couldn't pull it off and use it as AJ didn't want Fury, so
maybe they thought it would just keep Fury relevant or help sell fight or whatever they thought it was going to do. I've heard the argument that it's revenge on Eddie for putting in a purse bid on the Teofimo fight. I've heard all sorts of theories. I don't really care. The point
basically,
is,
John, they basically used the Undisputed to promote this fight.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I'm also suspicious that all the American promoters are going to do everything in their power to prevent the Undisputed fight unless it happens on their terms, on their platform in America.
On their terms in America. Undisputed, well, I just want to get this fight out of the way, this fight right here. To me, in an ideal world, it'd be a double knockout. So both guys would get knocked out. And then you could get to the WBC, could have two guys fight for the championship, the belt, two guys who want to fight for Undisputed. Because Wilder ran away from Undisputed, didn't want anything to do with it. And Fury appears to have ran away from Undisputed. So I just wanted a WBC.
The thing is,
I just want a WBC champ who is prepared to fight for Undisputed.
They told us they were going to do this in the run up to the first fight, that they were going to freeze Anthony Joshua out. It's what they're doing. They did tell us. I mean, it's my own fault for thinking that Fury wanted to fight. But now that he's been that dishonest, I just will have no time for anything he says ever again.
Oh Lord. Okay. Well, it gets a little bit worse. It gets a little bit worse. It's like things get worse before they get better. Well, it gets a little bit worse because Deontay Wilder, even though he didn't speak at the press conference, he did speak to individual journalists after the show, after the press conference. They spoke to individual journalists, and let's have a look. Yeah, let's see. He's wearing the same thing. Okay, so he spoke to Sky Sports. Deontay Wilder spoke to Sky Sports, and let me find a suitable clip. Where. Okay. We can use this one. Jeez, Louise, you're killing me, Wilder. Wilder, where are you? Wilder? Okay. I think I'm just gonna I'll go with this one. Okay. So let's go with the sound clip. He was talking to Sky Sports, and he had some very interesting things to say in general. So now we're looking at Wilder's thoughts at this time. So let's get the volume up and let us share.
Dylan White could have been got this work. He ain't that shit to my toilet paper that I flushed a year ago. But let him keep fighting. Keep going, mate. And soon we shall see each other once more and see where he grow some type of he will I don't even want to say.
Do you punish?
So he's talking about Dillian White, saying hopefully grow some kind of balls. It's a very strange statement when Dillian White's being very available, chasing that fight. But let's continue with Deontay Wilder's statements.
To me, what he said to me, silence is golden. You know, when you have it's just like having many roaches. When you cut their light on, they're gonna scatter. You're gonna kill some of them, and some of them gonna get free. And the ones that get free, you can only hope to get them when you cut those lights on again. Run, roach, run.
So it compares Dillian White to a roach who runs when you turn the lights on. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. Let's hear what he further had to say.
He's the bottom of my feet. He's the scum between my toes. That's what I look at him. He's nothing but, he's a master's dog, a peasant that don't have no backbone.
Oh, Lordy. He is the scum between my toes. He is the masses dog that don't have no backbone. He is a peasant. He is a peasant. Oh, you say the interviewer was asking weird questions. He asked to talk about Dillian White, and those are his responses. He's the scum between my toes. He is a masses dog. He has no backbone. He is a peasant. John D. Lee, your thoughts and observations. Is that the first time you've heard that, John?
Yeah, it is. I mean, to be honest, he's always brave when he's got a fight lined up. It's just nothing. I think he's just trying to go further than he's gone before. I don't think that Deontay Wilder is more shook of anybody than Dillian White, because let's just get it real. Deontay is not a street guy.
No.
He really isn't. And the only genuine street guy boxing today, as far as I'm aware, in the heavyweight division, is Dillian. And I think he's terrified of Dillian. And if they were to ever fight, which I doubt they ever will, I don't think Deontay will be talking quite as bravely like that at press conferences. Because if he did, I think Dillian would go for him. I don't know that Dillian could hold himself together with that type of provocation.
This is one of the reasons I can't forgive Deontay Wilder. Look at all the fights that we could have had. Look at all the fights we could have had.
He chose to fight. Let's just have it straight, right? Luis Ortiz fought at heavyweight, not super heavyweight, when he was an amateur. And he was the second best in Cuba at effectively cruiserweight division. And he waited till this guy was officially 40.
Yeah.
Now that's old enough. I don't need to try and speculate on whether Luis Ortiz is older than that. A 40-year-old whose best win was Bryant Jennings, and that was it. That's it. That's the only name on Luis Ortiz's record. Luis Ortiz's resume is actually worse than Deontay's. So how he was supposed to... This is a guy that struggled with Dave Allen. This is a guy that struggled with a geriatric Tony Thompson.
Yeah.
And Malik Scott.
Yeah.
So why are we supposed to have a lot of credit? The best win on Deontay Wilder's resume is actually the first Bermain Stavern win, which, funnily enough, went the distance.
Yeah, funny enough.
This world-changing power didn't seem to do much in that fight.
The Riddler makes more sense than Wilder. And that's true. But let's move it along. Let's move it along.
Yeah, it needs to move.
Let's move it. Yeah. He's a scum between his toes. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, ERF boxing, but if you have good hygiene practices, you don't have scum between your toes. What the hell? What am I missing? What am I missing? Scum between my toes.
I'm I'm not even going down with it. I'm gonna go here with it. This is the same guy that preaches black this, black that, black excellent, he's for the black people, and then you call another black man a slave dog,
Yeah.
a slave master's dog.
Yeah.
Like, this is why I can't take this guy constantly contradicts himself on what he's supposedly for.
Yeah.
He's not for that. He's not about black people. This. It's not about that. He's run with that narrative because of the LDBC. That is why he's run with that narrative, because they are the only people who support him. He made the Tyson Fury second fight about black and white. Look what happened to him.
Yeah.
You make it. You say you're for black people, and yet you speak about another black man like that, saying he's a scum between your toes. It just does not make any sense to me. You cannot preach one thing and then totally contradict it by putting another black man down.
It's crazy.
It doesn't make sense.
Crazy.
And for the Luis Ortiz thing, I don't even have an issue with Deontay Wilder fighting Luis Ortiz. My issue is the way they dress it up as if it's this amazing win. You should be fighting Luis Ortiz of these worlds. Why should you get loads of credit for fighting Luis Ortiz? What has he ever done?
Mad.
What has he ever done?
Mad.
I digress on this one anyway.
Iron Kong. Dillian White. Deontay Wilder says Dillian White is the scum between my toes. He is the masses' dog. He has no backbone, and he is a peasant and a cockroach. I almost forgot cockroach. Sorry.
Deontay Wilder saves his most venom and his most anger for other black people. He has called Anthony Joshua a slave also, because Eddie Hearn is a master. He's now called dealing with a slave's master's dog. He seems to just reserve. He called the referee after the second fight a crab in a bucket. I understand that he also wants to have no beef with Jamel Charlo, because Jamel Charlo said race had nothing to do with what happened to you in the ring. So he Wilder has been caught multiple times.
Don't forget the treatment of Mark Breland.
Hold on, let me sure. This man then went on to disrespect one of the greatest amateur boxers, a black man. Now say a black man in Mark Breland, an inspiration to other young black people around his time, and he treated him like this. Call him, what do they call him? A snake or disloyal trainer? Accused the man of being a poisoner.
Both.
A snake, accused the man of being a poisoner. He reserves his most venom, his most anger for other black people. One of the reasons I stopped supporting Deontay Wilder is because I find Deontay Wilder to be a self-hating black man. He doesn't like other black people, and if you're around him, you have to be kissing his backside. He has to be domineering you. You have to be stroking his ego. If you look at Malik Scott, that's what Malik Scott does well. Malik Scott took a dive on behalf of Deontay Wilder. Malik Scott now finds himself in a position where he keeps, every time he's around Wilder, he's stroking his ego. You're so great, champ. You're wonderful. You're just like Ali. Look at you, champ. You're so wonderful. Deontay Wilder says he's a pro-black man, but would not break bread with Dillian White or Anthony Joshua. Instead, chose to break bread with the white gypsy, the 400-pound white gypsy. When he did break bread with a black man in Luis Ortiz, he runs around with Luis Ortiz's name, said, look at my charity case. I gave him an opportunity to support his kids and help his daughter. They can't tell me I'm lying. How much time is that, is he going to run around and talk about Luis Ortiz? And even Malik Scott brought up Luis Ortiz and how this man helped Luis Ortiz. How much times? In one of them videos, in that same Ellie Sackback interview, he talked about how I'm so great. I'm the only guy uplifting these fighters, giving them paydays to put money in their pocket, to take care of their families. This is an insecure man. This is a man who needs constant adulation. I can't support nobody like that. Nobody like that could be no inspiration to my youth.
No.
That guy don't like himself, and as such, he projects his own insecurities upon other people. That's Deontay Wilder.
Time.
Understand this. Why does he feel like he's helping these people for fighting? You're in the fight game.
Yeah.
For doing his job.
Fight these people. You're not. It's not a charity case. These people are in the rankings. Somehow they're in the rankings. You're supposed to fight them. They're not a charity case.
Yeah.
So why are you making it? Why haven't you helped Dillian White out? Dillian White has kids.
I'm gonna have to interrupt at this stage. We have someone called the Troll Killer, Mr. Shelton. Mr. Shelton, you're doing a lot of chatting. The link is pinned in the chat. The link is pinned in the chat. If you care to press that link, you can come on in and share your hurt. Okay. But in the meantime, what am I going to do? In the meantime, you guys carry on. What am I saying?
Just one thing to what Eric was saying that he doesn't understand. Eric, you mustn't employ logic when trying to dissect what Deontay Wilder says. That's the only way to deal with it.
It's not really even about it. It's the people that back what he says.
Yeah, it's the enablers.
That's the thing. Like Deontay Wilder can say what he wants. It's the people that literally go off it and say, yeah, he's giving him. No, he ain't giving him no opportunity. He's not putting bread. He's fighting him because he has to fight him.
Yeah,
he's in the fight game.
Yeah, but they'll tell you that Anthony Joshua ducked Deontay Wilder. Yeah, out of Deontay Wilder's own mouth, he gave Tyson Fury an opportunity when he turned down more money from Anthony Joshua. And yet his enablers will say Joshua ducked him. It's just a group of small children, at least mentally.
Well, John, you know what? Deontay Wilder is giving people opportunities. All these bums who he's been fighting, those 40 bums, he gave them all opportunities because they shouldn't have been in the ring with him.
Oh yeah, I mean, Arthur Spilker should definitely never have had a world title.
So he didn't give them opportunities, but they wasn't earning. Yeah. They wasn't earning a load of money when he gave them those opportunities because him himself wasn't earning a whole load of money. So the only opportunity they got was for the belt. It ain't for no money.
Okay. So he talks a lot of strange stuff. It's not logical at all. What does the fight doctor say? Anthony Joshua did indeed. Oh Lord.
Yeah. Yes, Kay.
Let me just
dead horse. Let me
listen 20 seconds. Okay. So or less. Okay. So Deontay Wilder turned up to a meeting at the Zone's office in New York, accompanied by Al Heyman, Shelly Finkel, Lou DeBilla. At that meeting, they were made an offer of 3 fights for 100 million or 4 fights for 120 million. They said, well, how much is Anthony Joshua making? They said, we will not be able to disclose that. And Deontay Wilder said, well, we couldn't accept an offer without knowing how much the other side are making. So this was life-changing money. This was the generational wealth which he asked for. And fair enough, if you insist on knowing what the other guy's making, they say we ain't going to tell you, then it's your choice. You take the fight or you walk away. You have your own accountants. You have your own people to do the mathematics and to tell you that was an incredible generational wealth offer. You declined. case closed. You declined multiple offers. I'm just using the last one they gave you. So there's nothing really to be said on that. Deontay Wilder was made incredible offers and incredible offers.
There is one last thing to be
Yeah.
said. How many written contracts have been sent from Deontay Wilder to Anthony Joshua?
0.
Exactly. How many contracts have they received after verbally agreeing to terms? At least one that they sat on and didn't sign.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost his pen. There was no ink in
He
his
said he
pen.
lost his pen. He admitted it. He said, "That's my pen. It wasn't the Titanic." He said,
Deontay Wilder has admitted at least twice to ducking Anthony Joshua. He admitted it when he said he'd lost his pen. There's no ink in his pen. So that's one. And then he admitted it after the Fury second fight, saying that he got offered more money to fight Anthony Joshua, but he chose to fight Tyson Fury instead.
And he's
That's
been
two,
presented
at least.
2 written contracts. Anthony Joshua has never been presented with a written contract. So I don't really see how.
Fight Doctor
This 50 million thing, everybody forgets that after the 50 million was sort of ruled out, Deontay Wilder accepted the 12.5 million or 15 million from Eddie Hearn. Eddie sent a contract and Deontay didn't sign it. And yet somehow we spin this as AJ ducking Deontay.
I was just about to say, John, this whole 50 million thing, it led to the first contract what Eddie and Joshua sent to Deontay Wilder. It led to that. Because this 50 million, which was real, but real due to BT Sports, which we all know what the situation with that, and they knew the situation with that. It's funny how the 50 million came from BT Sports, and then all of a sudden Deontay Wilder ended up fighting Tyson Fury instead. So we knew the money was coming from BT Sports because instead of fighting Joshua, he fought Fury. Then after that, well, but even before that, there was contracts sent to him.
But that's
he chose
immediately
not to. He fought Fury.
Talks. It's immediately on the back of those talks.
Yeah,
and
because he said, "No, you've got to accept it. You've got to accept it." Blah de blah. That didn't happen, and then they got sent a contract.
But
and
they
it was all
agreed to the terms first as well. So they agreed to the amount of money I'm fighting in the UK. So Eddie sent a contract, sent back a second draft. Eddie sent back the final contract with the amendments that they asked for, and they sat on it for over a week, knowing that the WBA that Povetkin was before
WBA
the deadline for that was running out, so they just waited it out. They waited out the deadline for the WBA because Eddie had to write a letter to them to get a dispensation for a unification fight, and that has a time limit on it. So it's just play acting.
It's play acting.
Exactly like Tyson Fury's been doing to us all year.
We've ended up on this because Fight Doctor does the same thing over and over again. It's either Anthony Joshua ducked Wilder or Wilder's resume, Joshua's resume isn't the best resume. He does it every single time.
Every single time.
There is an argument to say Tyson Fury's resume is better because he's got 2 belts.
No, but when you look at
it is an argument. I don't subscribe to it.
When I look at it this way. Tyson Fury has 2 good wins. His best wins is Klitschko, which is a better win than any of Joshua's wins. And his second win is Wilder, okay? But if you look at since 2015, who has the best resume since 2015? It's Anthony Joshua. Because Tyson Fury since 2015 didn't fight. He came back and fought 2 people who no one knew. Fought Wilder, then fought 2 more people no one cared about, then fought Wilder again. Since 2015, Anthony Joshua has fought top competition after top competition.
The thing is,
every single time, just about.
The Fight Doctor puts a lot of store in the loss, which cannot be ignored. So that's where he evens it out. So he goes 2 good wins.
When you're talking about resume, when you're talking about resume, it's irrelevant whether he lost in that resume run. He still fought him.
That's down to certain people's criteria.
It's open to interpretation.
That is open to interpretation.
It's open to interpretation. It's also has to be borne in mind that the loss was avenged.
Well, that's the important part.
The loss was
not many people avenge a loss after 6 months.
The loss was avenged, so I don't
immediately
straight away. So I don't see how that could be held against you when you avenge a loss immediately, and we move on, keeping it moving, keeping it bouncing. Drop the link, please. Oh Lord.
So winning one fight since 2015, which is Deontay Wilder, makes your resume since 2015 better than Anthony Joshua's? It doesn't.
According to the fight doctor,
it does not. No, it does not.
But
it might well be a good win, but you've fought one guy since 2015. Literally one guy.
One guy, and that don't cut it. What am I trying to do over here? Okay, that don't cut it at all. Let's stop sharing that. In comes the fight doctor. Okay, I'm gonna give you 2 minutes on that topic, and I ain't gonna be coming back. I ain't really be going back and forth on it, but have your say. The fight doctor. Introduce yourself.
The fight doctor is in the house on Rick James status as always. And gentlemen, there are these things we call inconvenient truths. And one of those inconvenient truths is that losses count. So when you are evaluating a guy's resume, well, you evaluate, you add up the wins, but you also add up the losses. And since 2015, all right, if we're going to properly evaluate Anthony Joshua's resume, well, we have to add up the wins, and we also have to add up the losses. And in this case, Anthony Joshua,
it was one loss. No losses, one loss.
Okay, well, that's one more loss than Tyson Fury. And it is a knockout loss at the hands of a guy who was the replacement for the replacement, okay? Listen, Joshua got knocked out by the Pillsbury Doughboy, okay? Now, that was since 2015. On the other hand, you have Tyson Fury knocking out the guy who was arguably the number one heavyweight in the world. So, yeah, you have Anthony Joshua knocking over this tomato can, knocking over that old man, or whomever he.
OMG.
So this is where you're being disingenuous. You talk about Tyson Fury beating Deontay Wilder, who is arguably one of the best. Fair enough. That's not a disingenuous comment. That's fair comment. But then when you go to Anthony Joshua's resume, you're talking about tomato can here, tomato can there, tomato can there. Talk about the actual opponents he beat since 2015, and they ain't all tomato cans. You cannot be saying that. You're being disingenuous.
The
you really are.
Worst opponent he had after becoming a champion is the only common opponent with Deontay Wilder, Molina.
Since 2015, he has fought the better competition out of the three fighters.
And since 2015, he also got knocked out.
Okay, but this is what I mean. You're counting that knockout and literally ignoring the rest of the resume since 2015.
No, sir. No, sir. What you're doing is you are counting his wins and ignoring his loss.
I haven't ignored the loss.
The simple fact of
you're wrong,
sir. The simple fact of the matter is this: Anthony Joshua got knocked out by the Pillsbury Doughboy. This is a fact that we cannot ignore.
Okay.
Tyson Fury is undefeated.
It's actually not a fact, but carry on.
fight.
Oh, so Anthony Joshua didn't get knocked out by Andy Ruiz. Is that what you're telling me?
TKO is not a knockout. He finished the fight on his feet.
Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. The Anthony Joshua cheerleading contingent wishes to ignore reality, and as long as you guys want to ignore reality, well, guess what? Hey, look, it's no skin off my back. Okay, it's no skin off my back.
I'm sure you heard what I said before you came on. Yeah, and
I heard what you said. Yes, sir.
Exactly what you said. In that the reason that you have Tyson Fury ahead of AJ is because of this loss we are now discussing. And I also said criteria are up for debate, and they're ultimately a subjective criteria. So I think the fact is you have your opinion and Eric has a different one.
Well, what's my question?
It's an opinion, it's not a fact.
Well, my question is, what's subjective about a loss? What's subjective about that?
No.
What's subjective about the? But my question is this. What's subjective about the fact that Anthony Joshua has a loss on his resume since 2015 and Tyson Fury does not? That's not a matter of debate. That's not a matter of debate. That's a matter of fact.
I'm going to shut this down. Everybody's getting muted. Everybody's been muted. I'm shutting this down. I'm not entertaining this. We've talked about it multiple times before, and everybody's had a say but me, so I'm having my say now. Okay. So the fight doctor's saying that Anthony Joshua lost. Yes, he did. He avenged the loss. And he's saying that Tyson Fury didn't lose, and fine, he hasn't lost. However, Tyson Fury was retired from the sport, had a 2-year drug ban, and he's come back, and his resume is very, very sketchy. He's got two good wins, maybe 3 with Chisora. He beat Chisora. His top 3 wins are Chisora, Deontay Wilder, and Vladimir Klitschko, and almost everybody else is really dross. He's fought less top 10 guys. Anthony Joshua's fought more top 10 guys in the last 5 years than Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury put together. And every picture tells a story. Look at that as a graph, and you see that there ain't no competition. Anthony Joshua is clearly the man who has consistently fought the highest ranked opponents, and that cannot be denied. And we move on. Okay, so where are we going now? Sefa Safiri and all them top names. Absolute nonsense. Whatever. Have I got to get rid of this guy again? Do I have to time him out again? AJ Ford, no, I'll leave him for now. Leave him for a few more minutes until I get back to him. I'm busy over here. Okay, we're keeping it moving, nice and sweetly, nice and swiftly, and again, something I wanted to get into last show, but we didn't quite get into it. Let me share my screen with you. Boom, 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 and something I needed to get to. Okay, so where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Okay, so what am I doing here? I need to share. Hold on. Where's the link on that? Let me capture that. Let me get this enlarged. And let me go over here and work a little bit of magic. Is the magic gonna work? Okay. There he is.
But Eddie should shut up.
Hold on, Bob. Take your time. Take your time. 5'8". 5'6". Okay. So let's listen to the words of Bob Arum. Bob Arum, take it away. I hope I got my notes right and it's queued up right. Let's go.
Certainly think so. I mean, that fight was going to happen if we hadn't had the arbitrator's ruling. And obviously, both guys, both Joshua and Fury, want that fight. Joshua doesn't have a walk in the park with Usyk, you know. Usyk is a very good boxer. So we'll have to see. But obviously, if Fury wins and Joshua wins, it's logical that they fight each other. If Joshua fights in September, he could still make a fight in December. And I know in the Mideast, that's the month that they want a big fight to take place.
So the weather and whatnot?
Yeah, yeah. And because it's they're opening up a new area in Saudi Arabia in December, and they want to open it up with a big fight.
So, you know, Eddie Hearn kind of saying he felt like there was something smelled dirty on your side.
Eddie Hearn's.
Sorry, folks. This was the part that I meant to get to. Barbarian just said if Joshua fights in September, he should be good to go in December. That's what, September, October, November, December. That's ridiculous. That's a very fast turnaround. That's a 3-month turnaround. I don't know about that. But anyway, this was the part that I meant to get to right here, right now. Okay, let's go. Barbarian.
It has diarrhea of the mouth. He can't. It has Eddie Hearn.
Something smelled dirty on your side.
Eddie Hearn's. It has diarrhea of the mouth. He can't stop talking, and he doesn't think, because in the contract which Joshua signed and Fury signed, we specifically had a section talking about the arbitration and talking about the possibility that the arbitrator would order him to fight. So everybody knew about that. Now, people said, oh, the papers are clear. The arbitrator will never rule that way. But it's not a secret that it was in arbitration and that this was a possibility. Now, Eddie Hearn was the guy who screwed everything up. And the reason he screwed it up was the Saudis were happy to pay a tremendous amount as a site fee. Eddie got greedy, and he said, not only pay a bigger amount and take all the television and everything, and all the promoters, Frank Warren, ourselves, had deals. It became so complicated that it dragged on for weeks. I truly believe that if it had just been a site fee, we would have signed it, we would have announced the fight, and the arbitrator, if he felt the way he did, would have given what's his name, Wilder, some damages, but wouldn't have enjoined the fight. So, but again, that's all in retrospect. But Eddie should shut up and stop blaming other people. Instead, he would be well advised to shut his mouth and look in the mirror.
OMG. Okay, so basically, Bob Arum has just said that if they would have signed earlier, the arbitrator would have come to a different conclusion. So ultimately, if that's the case, then he's effectively saying that if they would have signed earlier, the arbitrator would have cheated Deontay Wilder out of his rightful trilogy fight. And you can't put that in a tighter nutshell than that. But let's go around the chat. The Fight Doctor.
Bob Arum is full of horse hockey. Whatever he says, believe the opposite.
Hello?
Raphie might have dropped off.
I heard what you said.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so whatever Bob Arum says, just believe the opposite. Yesterday I was lying, today I was telling the truth. So I don't believe anything Bob Arum says. Nothing. So yeah, I listen to what he says and it goes in one ear, out the other. Just dismiss it.
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 2. Oh no,
Raphie.
You got me. No. Me coming through their speakers. Somebody's got me coming through the speakers. It's not mine. So one of you guys got me coming through your speakers. 1 2 1 2. Yeah. It's you. Find out. Okay. ERF boxing. Yeah. ERF. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, well, we know Bob and his and Top Rank, so I'm surprised he either just got Tom Brown or whoever it was. Who is it? Who he's linked with? He'll have just got him to send the arbitrator an email to say, "Oh, don't don't rule against us. We've got the fight signed." The stuff that came out of his mouth it baffles me. How are you going to say that the fight would have been done and the arbitrator would have ruled against Deontay Wilder because the fight was done? That wouldn't be the arbitrator doing his job. His job had nothing to do with Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury.
Exactly.
His job was to judge the situation between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Joshua had no dealings with it whatsoever with that when it comes to the arbitrator.
Yeah, that's right.
So what he's saying there is wrong. For one, that's one thing he said that's wrong. Two, he said himself on barbershop conversations that the arbitrator wouldn't rule for another fight.
Worst possibility he said was that Fury would have to pay some money. Wow.
He said the worst possibility would be damages. This arbitration has no effect on the Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury. So him saying Eddie Hearn has diarrhea of the mouth, he was the one that came out and said that in an interview.
Yes.
This guy is on damage control. He's on damage control.
Totally.
That's all it is.
Totally. And
one way or the other, Bob was going to win. If the Anthony Joshua versus Tyson Fury fight went through, he'd have screwed Deontay Wilder over.
100%.
The road in Deontay Wilder's favor is screwed Anthony Joshua. Bob is the only person in this whole thing that hasn't lost.
John D. Lee. John D. Lee is okay.
Yeah. I think Bob's advice is fantastic.
Is it?
Perfect advice, and Bob should follow his own advice. Bob needs to shut up because he has diarrhea of the mouth.
He does.
Bob's been talking and talking and talking. He's been talking one way and then the other. He's been talking out both sides of his mouth the whole time. Oh, the fight is going to be done. It's going to be a couple of weeks. Oh, I don't think the fight's going to happen. Arbitration is fine. Oh, the fight with AJ isn't going to happen. Maybe we should fight Deontay Wilder. He's just been chatting all sorts of nonsense the whole time.
The whole time through.
Just ended up where Bob actually, the one time he did tell the truth was they were going to do the Wilder fight when Crowds in America were back. Lo and behold, that's what's happened.
That is exactly what's happened. And you have been in tune to the Boxing Talk with Raphie, with Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio, joined by John D. Lee, ERF Boxing, the Fight Doctor, and the Iron Kong. And I had to skip through. Oh Lord, let me take a seat. I can't disrespect the fella like that. Yeah, almost forgot. This has been a tight one, very tight one. I had to get this out there, but dang, the summer heat has kicked my ass, and Raphie's got to get himself off to bed. But I had some topic that I wanted to talk on, I wanted to speak on, and that was the passing of Kirkland Lang. Kirkland Lang, Jamaican-born, raised in England. Hold on a second. He influenced me. He influenced me, that slick, fluid style. He had a slick, fluid style, and I couldn't let him pass. I couldn't let him pass away without saluting him. He was someone that I looked at when I was a kid watching boxing, and I was very impressed by, especially with him being here in England, UK. And so I think it only fitting that, what's this here? I hope it comes up. I think it only fitting that we take a look at some footage of Kirkland Lang. Let me alter that just a little bit, and let me share my screen with you. Okay, Kirkland Lang actually beat Roberto Duran over in America. It was no fluke. He just went over there and beat him. So let me share this little clip of his highlights or some of his life. Kirkland Lang fell victim to substance abuse, like many boxers do, and but he did live into his 60s, unlike some other guys who fall into the same traps that Kirkland did. Hindered his career, I think, if you were totally focused, if you were a Chris Eubank type, staying away from the substances and sticking to fruit juices and the like. I think the outcome could have been very different, but hey, none of us are perfect. How do I get this smaller? Okay, maybe that's the one. Maybe that's the thing. Or do you remember? Does anybody remember anything about Kirkland Lang on the panel?
Just not too much for my part.
Sorry, Eric. Go.
Nah, you go, John. On my part, no, not too much. So you go.
Just his skills. He was so talented. And I really do think it was a case of, unfortunately, not living the life held him back a little bit. Because the split decision against Roberto Duran, that was just an American situation. He won. There was no doubt he won that fight. And, I mean, just fluidity like Raphie's talking about. I mean, not necessarily somebody you could copy if you didn't have his speed and reflexes. Because you couldn't emulate that type of defense without his level of skill, but it was amazing to watch.
Oh, Lord. Okay, my bad. It's a good thing I looked and saw that James Jameson just said no audio. Okay, I've been talking through this the whole time. I don't know how much you heard, but yeah, I've been talking the whole time. Don't know how much everybody heard. I looked and this James Jameson told me there was no audio. I was talking on mute. It's a good thing you said that and typed that. I don't think you heard what I said about the. I don't think you heard what I said about the. That's him against Roberto Duran, beat Duran over in America. Made no doubt about that. Made no question about that. Inspirational to the Raphie in his youth, and couldn't let Kirkland go without giving him an official send-off right here on the Raphael Dawkins Combat Radio. John D. Lee, the fight doctor, Raphie's heading to bed right now. He's absolutely shattered. Thank you both for coming on.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Thanks, Raphie.
And I will speak to you, gentlemen, again very shortly. Everybody hit that like. Oh, damn. Where's the thing? Where's the thing? Everybody hit that like. Oh, shizzle. That was a good part we just missed. Everybody hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that share button. Hit the bell icon. Hit all the good buttons. Couldn't let the fella go without saying goodbye from the Raphael Dawkins, from the Combat Radio. It's the like, it's the subscribe, it's the comments, it's the shares, and it is the hitting that bell icon to stay updated with news and notifications. And don't forget about the live show. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's the Raphael Dawkins, it's the Combat Radio. And we are out. Blessed.